First with a guest. He's very prepared. We definitely did not just get him off the gym floor while he was training. We're very
all the way through my set.
Yeah, very sorry for interrupting your session.
It's alright. It's for a good cause.
Yeah,
it's for a good cause.
It's a good cause.
Yeah.
At least you got a pump.
I was like,
that's what he literally said.
Yeah, I was like, hang on, just give me 10 more minutes. I'm gonna do some arms real quick.
What'd you get in?
Some pull-ups. Did some deadlifts. Hit a PB.
Oh, PB deadlift?
Nah, like never deadlift, so I'm getting there. PB. Exactly right, yeah.
Nice.
And just finished off with some seal rows. And then you came and rudely interrupted me.
Don't act surprised, bro.
Nah, it's okay.
Here we are.
What was the most recent podcast about?
Talked about a lot of stuff in the most recent one. We talked about like creating your environment for a specific task. So, for example, like your personal sort of environment, like just thinking about who you surround yourself with and how you think about things.
How you frame things.
That's probably not the best explanation.
Mindset, like the stories you're telling yourself and how the how it will perpetuate in your life, like what you believe to be true.
Yeah.
It was good. It flowed better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, we talked about just creating like a work environment to like separate yourself from personal stuff as well, like even just at home, like if you're working from home, having like an actual bit of office set up instead of just working on your bed or something like that. It's like creating a separate environment for that, having the right tools for the job.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you work from home?
I did for like a week.
Yeah.
And
how did that go?
It was like what you were just saying. It's like hard to separate yourself from, because I have my room, got my bed, opposite end of the room is my desk. And like I've got a good setup on my desk. I've got everything I need, but the fact that you're sleeping, working, doing most things in that room, it's like hard to separate yourself from, doing one task to doing something that's based on relaxation and recovery, then doing work in that same environment. It's a bit difficult.
Yeah, it's like you sort of associate that room with like sleeping and being relaxed, right. And
then it's like affecting your sleeping as well, like because you're thinking about work in that space as well.
It's hard to switch off.
Yeah, like they say, you should have absolutely like nothing that is stimulating in your room.
Yeah,
but we all do. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know very few people who don't at least have like a laptop that they bring in their room.
Yeah, I struggle to like not just go to the fridge and like get a coffee or something during the day if I'm trying to work at home. I was like, as soon as I get bored, I'm like, I'm hungry now. Go get something to eat.
Yeah, that's like the old classic. Like your mum would be like, "You're not bored. You're not hungry. You're just bored."
Yeah.
And
like,
come on, man.
It's not gonna stop me.
Let this boy eat. Make some gains, man.
Yeah. But back on the, I guess on that like the working from home topic, and like I think a big thing about that is like not being able to actually switch off, because I know you've been across this and you've taught me a lot in the last like 4 years about
home environment, like
I was saying in the last like 6 months I've like realized how important it is to like be able and like I guess have the awareness within yourself to properly switch off. And like when I was reading this thing the other day and watching a couple of videos, how busy we are as like people and like as a society. We're like constantly doing things, no matter like how small the task is. We're always doing something.
We're always stimulated.
Even driving in the car, we're like listening to the radio, processing thoughts. In the shower, processing thoughts. When do you ever get the time to actually like fully just like turn off your mind?
Yeah.
And you don't unless you really consciously make that time to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did actually. We got onto a pretty similar topic recently about how just, pretty much constantly doing something all day, every day. Like I was saying, the second I get bored, I'm like straight on my phone.
Exactly,
even if I do have nothing else to do. Yeah. You just fill it up with something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know, I guess it's somewhat of a positive, but to an extent, it could be like detrimental to a lot of other things.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
I feel like we're so divided amongst so many things that we're not actually giving 100% to anything.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, like things are so forced, and you're like, you do a little bit of something, and then you jump over and you start something else, and you do a little bit of that instead of like.
Completely
how
task.
often do you just like get into that flow for like an hour and you just like completely immerse in it?
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing that I think we struggle with here, and probably me more so than Ryan. It's just like jumping between things because like there are other things you can do. Like, you always have to be checking the Instagram at least every hour to see if there's a message or just a DM, and then you're looking at something else, and then you're scrolling for no reason.
It's like a chain, endless chain reaction.
Yeah.
And then like by the end of it, it's like you get done half the amount of work you could have got done if you just like devoted yourself to one activity for 1 hour every day and try and complete that task.
Yeah, we're so inefficient. We're so inefficient. But we've got a pretty good excuse because like we've got the most fucking addictive piece of technology in our pocket all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, you have access to like all the world's knowledge,
Yeah.
or like just distract yourself with useless information.
Scroll TikTok for fucking 3 hours.
Oh, TikTok is the most toxic.
It's a wormhole.
It's like literally just a wormhole. It's like worse than any other social media. Dude, I deleted the app like a month ago because I was like, enough's enough. Just come on.
Yeah.
They've literally been like, what is the most possible fucking addictive thing we can create here? Like 1 minute videos with catchy music. And we'll even create like a way to like make, I don't know, like how you make the videos on TikTok is like
it's like a game as well.
Yeah, it's like so easy to make like something real catchy on there. It can't even. A lot of times it's not even that good. It's just like real catchy and like stimulating. Like, ooh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think TikTok has like some kind of hidden agenda? Like they're trying to gather all this information for some reason?
I think they're just trying to distract us from what's
just
really
trying to
going
make
on.
just trying to make a really good app.
No, they're just trying to distract us from what's really going on in the world.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't
I'm just talking shit.
Dude,
They're overloads.
Yeah.
No, I don't reckon they were started on like any bad ground, but I think the way they're at now, it's definitely a lot of potential to like cause harm. But I don't think it's necessarily like on their agenda.
Yeah.
You know that voice on TikTok that's like you can like say something and this like woman's voice says it?
Yeah.
Do you hear about how they just didn't get permission from her?
Really?
Yeah. And she just all of a sudden found out that someone was like, hey, this sounds like your voice, and she's like a professional like voice actor, and she's suing TikTok for it because like against her wishes they've like just used her voice, and she's, you know, how many fucking videos use that, like millions upon millions.
Yeah, dude, that's like fair as well.
Yeah, so she's got a very solid case.
How does that work? Like, do they take a sample and they can just extrapolate it to like any word that
she's
is
just like
possible?
used for a lot of commercials and different programs and stuff. Use her voice, and they just sort of took it without her permission. Like she didn't even know, and been going on for so long.
It's weird.
And
surely you couldn't prove that that's your voice though.
Yeah, she has been proving it, but she only found out through someone who was just like, "Hey, this is your voice." Like she's like, "Fuck." The whole world is using your voice.
Yeah. Dude, there's like a piece of software Google has now that can like imitate anyone's voice.
Oh.
You can like imitate Donald Trump's voice, and like anyone could imitate your voice. And then in conjunction with that is like software that can
the
do
smart like
facial
speech
recognition.
and stuff as well.
Yeah.
People are just gonna get like, how are you gonna persecute anyone for anything? Because they could just be like, someone's just photoshopped my face onto there and my voice. That actually wasn't me. And like, if they could do it, then you won't be able to prove anything unless you catch them in the act.
There was like there was a Google demo. It was a little while back now, actually, like probably over a year ago, and it was the Google Assistant was like booking a hairdressing appointment for someone.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it sounds like a real person talking because they use like real people's mannerisms and they add in like ums and likes and stuff like that. So it sounds like a real person talking.
Just like us.
Exactly, yeah. they don't say
getting
that.
better as well.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Because how much data do they like have access to? Like everyone in the world almost. and it's like the person on the other end of the phone didn't even know that they're talking to like an AI. They just think they're talking to a person.
Yeah, and it can like understand speech as well.
Yeah, and it replies
like
based on what they
conversation.
say. Yeah, it's insane.
It actually is nuts. Like going back to like the TikTok thing, like imagine if there was like intent to harm behind that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
because they've got like billions of people's data and like video of them as well, which
there's that
That's
whole
such a big thing.
there's that whole thing about like CCTV cameras even being made by China. Like it's a possibility. It's not likely, but it's a possibility that they're monitoring those cameras for like their own use. Like there's been like research out there that's like suggested that.
Surely someone would be like dissecting them and seeing, hey, there's a little thing here that's hooked up to China.
well, a lot of cameras are connected to the internet. I mean, our cameras are connected to the internet.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, true.
So
Like,
if they have some kind of way to access that, it's not. Yeah, it's like, definitely not impossible. Like, it might not be true, but it's not impossible.
They'll see all the illegal things we've done in this office.
there's a lot of things that could like be a thing, but not necessarily.
You can speculate all day about
like
who's
so
watching you. What
Yeah.
doesn't achieve anything, just puts you in scarcity.
Yeah. You just can't believe anything, can you? There's always agendas behind everything.
Yeah. If the agenda doesn't affect me directly, I better not worry about the agenda because that's a waste of energy.
Yeah. Someone's always making money somewhere, and it's got to affect it somehow.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Off topic a bit.
We're already off topic, so go on.
What do you reckon your guys' like biggest hurdle is in like growing this business? Like, do you reckon it's social
question.
media? Do you reckon it's actually like developing, processes within the business for yourselves? Processes for like
Hurdles, like biggest challenge?
yeah. So I don't know how many members you're on now. But say you had 400 members and your goal was like 1,000, and you wanted to like create different monetization streams, different stems of the business. What do you like in terms of growth? What do you reckon is like your biggest hurdle? I'm like interviewing you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
No,
been
that's
very
fine.
interested.
That's cool. Probably just figuring out the paid marketing, I guess, would be just getting people to know about us is the biggest thing. But like, we're getting better at it, and I think we're definitely not doing bad at that. But I feel like by now, a lot more people should know about us. Because what we are, we're so unique, we're so different. There's absolutely anything like us out there at all. I've sort of been, like, Ryan and I said this a few weeks ago, like, surprised that it hasn't caught on more. Not that it hasn't, like, a lot of people say that even if they don't go here, their friends train here or they know someone, like, people are starting to hear about us, but I'm not too sure, like, how you can define what it is exactly. I don't know, things are always changing all the time, like, it's impossible to know what the best way to do anything is.
Yeah.
I guess maybe exactly where to put the energy.
Yeah.
Like, what is the best possible place to put your energy? Like, you just don't know. How do you know? I don't know. I'm just on a bit of a tangent there. What do you think, Ryan?
Well, I'll say a couple of things. I think definitely like valuing ourselves and our product has been a bit of an issue for us. We're always sort of undervaluing ourselves, and I sort of found it a bit hard to charge people what I sort of know we should be charging, or it's sort of hard to explain. That's probably not the best way of putting it, but I mean, yeah, when I'm trying to sign someone on, I'm always like, is this too much money? Are they going to say no because this is like too expensive?
You know how I consider you guys, to an extent. So like, you got this like amazing space. Like it's very, very unique. It's like, as you said, nothing is really can compete in terms of the how unique it is. So I compare you guys somewhat to like a boutique fashion store.
Yeah.
Where, like it's this tiny little pop-up shop. It's like you walk in, wow, this is so nice. It's so unique. I've never seen anything like this. And what are they charging? They're like charging a marked up price because they deserve to, because they're like 1 in a million style business.
Yeah.
People want to pay more because they get to be a part of this like meaningful brand.
Yeah.
And I think that's, you have a point.
Yeah, and I think we're slowly getting there. Like as we build this place and like get better equipment and better facilities, and like we sort of figure out our own systems and processes and like figure out ways of providing more value to people. Like as I put all that work in, I definitely feel like, oh, I'm offering a lot more now, so I can do that. Because I mean, at the start I was comparing our prices with like various commercial gyms where like we're offering something completely different.
Yeah, we're like almost like we need to compete with them on price when we shouldn't, because
we're not.
It's almost
we're
like subtracting from your value when you undervalue. You undervalue, so which is like subtracting from your like perceived value.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I definitely struggle with that.
Yeah.
I think it's because so long we weren't there yet, and also I think it almost ties down to like valuing your time as well in a way. We've both struggled with that a lot. Like I've really struggled with feeling worthy to pay myself. And like had to not pay myself from the gym for like 3 years. That sort of, I think, has maybe affected the like price. Like oh yeah, hopefully they'll sign up. If they want to, like, when prices are good, is actually no, like, it's a privilege to train here. Like, you're not going to get supported or have people care the way we do, and you just won't. And I haven't seen it, so I think that could be part of why and that's rubbed off on Ryan a little bit as well, because we've had to grind. We're slowly changing that mindset, like, no, we're fucking worth it.
Yeah, I think another hurdle that I think we've faced is becoming like really systematic with the processes. Like, even just things like getting people back in after they've had their free trial and like following up and messaging them.
100%.
It's like I've never had to do that before, so I've got no experience with it. I'm basically just learning everything as I go here. And I assume, Oren, you're the same. Like, haven't really had a job before where you've like had to do that, or anyone's taught you a proper way to do that. So it's like fully self-taught, which is like it's good. It's a really good learning experience. So I'm glad I'm doing it, but it's hard at the same time, because like I don't know what to say. I don't know how long to wait to follow them up. I don't know like what platform to interact with them with, and like what to offer them or when to offer it. So it's like it's 100% trial and error. There's like zero system in place, and we're completely building it from scratch.
We're just having to use our own anecdotal evidence pretty much just all the time, and like, okay, we handled all of this way, we need to next time not do that. And we probably let a lot of leads slip through the cracks because of that. Like how we message people, like we leave it up to them instead of like, we value other people's time more than our own. It's actually, no, we shouldn't be doing that. Like we're busy too. So, and people have times. Like we're when are you free? 2 weeks time. Oh, okay, cool. Like no worries. And then 2 weeks time they don't care about it anymore. And it's like actually I'm free. Hey, we've got time tomorrow at this time. Can you do it? No, but I can do the next day. Okay, sweet. That was one big thing recently that we realized was just how you language it, how you're positioning things when you language it, like completely new. And there's just to us, and there's so many things to learn. Like we've only just really prioritized getting this down, because we've let so many leads slip through the cracks in the past.
And like at the same time, it's like, I don't think you should like beat yourself up about that shit, because like the sales in itself is like a job. Like there's people on careers just doing sales, just like trying to get people to like come in the door and like pay them money. Like at the same time, you guys are like you're non-commercial right now, so it's like you don't want to portray. I understand if you don't want to portray that like salesy.
We gotta find that middle ground between pushing for a sale but being authentic and not acting so money hungry. And like a lot of these gyms are like, they'll call you multiple times, they'll just try and get you in the door, they just want to get their commission. Like for us, I feel like our energy is more, we know you're going to get a better result if you're here. Like we sort of we try and, I wouldn't say try, I feel like our intentions are good because we believe in what we're doing. It's not just like trying to hit a quota for commission because we'll get paid more that week. It's more about...
You want people to come here so you can
we're like,
them.
we really, like Ryan said, we really are starting to value what we have, like with the equipment, where we're at,
Yeah.
like the energy. Everyone here's happy, and so many people told us that they love it. So, like, you know, if you come here, like that'll be good for your life. Like,
Yeah.
so it doesn't feel unauthentic chasing leads the way maybe it did, or we had a
Yeah.
Because
Like,
you're doing
we
it
had
for almost different reasons. You're doing it not necessarily, as you said, not for a paycheck at the end of the day. You're doing it to grow a space, which is yours, but you're also doing it because you know it's going to like be better off
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, I'm so confident in the product at the moment. Like, I'm so happy to sell this to anyone. Like, I would sell this to my best friend. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm so confident that if you come here, like, you're gonna get the result that you want.
Yeah, 100%.
I have sold it to all my friends.
Yeah. Well, I've sold it to a couple as well.
Got him.
Yeah. You must be one of the original members and
Yeah, I
been
was-
here for 4 years.
One of them.
Yeah. He joined like very soon
First
after
few
we
months.
joined. Yeah.
We'll have
Yeah,
to,
he's been an OG.
yeah.
He was almost an owner here.
Yeah, almost.
Good thing he didn't, bro. We
Cut my grass.
no. He saw the red flags and backed out.
I'm like, fuck this shit. Nah. It wasn't right
Oh,
for me
no,
in
I
that,
don't blame you.
in that
At that time, bro,
that
definitely.
time of my life, in that headspace.
No, it was.
Wasn't the right thing for you guys either.
No, it was. It all worked out well, bro. But
Wouldn't be where you guys are now.
who knows? You never know where things could be. You know.
Who knows?
Might have to do something for the OG members soon.
Yeah.
Some limited merch or something like
Ooh,
that.
Yeah,
sick.
that would be cool. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You should do like a 3 year or 4 year or 2 year shirts or something.
You don't want to exclude people, but also you want to like recognize the
Yeah.
people that have been supporting for a
Yeah.
long time.
This is like my soccer club used to do like a 5-year medallion
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah, and it just it's like just appreciating
Yeah.
that like
OG.
long term support. Yeah.
String Sanctuary OG.
Well, what would you do if you own the gym? What would
Yeah.
be your next?
What would I do? I'd put a sauna out there.
You know what's coming.
Nah, I probably wouldn't do that if I were to own the gym, but I want that as a member. No, I don't know. What would I do? I would
We are
probably
this one, bro. Don't talk shit about it.
yeah, good. You know what I would do? I would see those shirts over there, and those wrist straps over there. I'd create a proper store because I reckon you guys have got a sick brand and like a sick brand which could like pop off online if you do the marketing properly.
Yeah.
And I was talking to you about this the other day. If you guys want to like grow, not that I'm a business owner and like don't take my word for it, but I think if you guys want to grow as a business, you need more stems of making money. So I think that those clothes over there would be a massive contributing factor to like having passive income for you guys to grow this gym and make it a better place. Because I think if you focus on that for 6 months, do it properly, after 6 months you could almost take it a step back and just watch it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I would just say to that though, like I don't really believe in passive income. Like the amount of work that goes into just getting that merch and then like we haven't really even done any marketing. I feel like we're always there's just so many different things to do that it's like it's so hard to spend the time you want to spend on each little job. And not just with like the clothes in general, but just like people say things are passive income, but nothing's really passive income.
Nothing's really
Like
passive income.
everything's
It's
everything's
like-
upkeep and like
Yeah.
you really got to put work into progress it. But yeah, I definitely agree.
Very,
Like
very well paying job there.
yeah, I definitely agree that the merch would be like a cool avenue to pursue, and I would like to because I do like doing some designs and stuff for that as well. And like Aaron and I both have like so many ideas for it. As soon as we get started, we get like 20 different t-shirt designs and jumpers and socks and
You
stuff.
could go, I reckon that is what could make the brand go, you know, not just Brisbane. Like,
That's what I mean. It's like, for one, and when I say passive, I mean you're going to work like hard on it, I guess, for a long time. but it'll start making you money
Yeah.
while you can do other things in the background,
Yeah.
not necessarily focus on that entirely. And I also think it's, as you said, it's like great for getting your brand out there apart from Brisbane and getting awareness.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, I just feel like, because what you've got is already like an awesome brand. If you like have this as, I guess, the hub for these shirts and like almost as a store, you could, I don't know, I feel the way it is right now, it's like got a lot of potential.
Yeah. We both feel the same way. And it's just like, it's so hard to find the time to like dedicate to each thing.
Yeah.
It's like, but yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think we'd both really like to go further with the clothing.
Yeah. I think we probably I think we will, like, in the next couple of months, make it more of a priority.
Yeah, I mean, we've got stuff on order right now that we're waiting for. Like, we've got jumpers coming in.
Yeah.
But yeah, have
So
a few products there.
yeah.
Not just
And
like waiting a few months.
And you've got a
that.
store, don't you? Like,
Yeah, you can buy the stuff online.
do you drive traffic to the store?
No, it's not very well made. Like, I've just got the most basic setup on there now. I just haven't spent the time on it that it needs.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I have spent a lot of hours on it already, but it just needs a lot more to like get to a place where it would be sort of like set and forget type thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's never going to be set and forget, but I mean, like, to a point where it's like a nice looking store and people can check out easily and things like that. Because at the moment it looks pretty bad, and it's like, I can see why you wouldn't order off it, because it's like, am I actually going to receive this if I buy it off this website?
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, that's fair.
What else would you do?
Probably build out. I reckon that'd be cool. Having like a double story.
Like the mezzanine?
Yeah. Yeah. But I'd also probably work on, I don't know, the way I see, like, I don't know, maybe I'm in a different headspace to you guys, but I just want to like see like small businesses like just get big. So like, I don't know, if I was like in your headspace, I'd focus on developing like set in stone processes. So like, for example, if you die and you die, someone else could come into this business and be like, okay, this is what they were doing, this is why they were doing this for this person, this is why they were doing this for this area of the gym, and this is what I need to do. They can come into the gym and do exactly what you guys are doing. And it's not obviously that black and white, because you're like a very special person, you're a very, very special person.
Thanks,
and
bro.
the gym won't be the same. We're like, out you guys. But like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
We actually, it's funny, because we really have been sort of just beginning to get like really stuck into that in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We've had like talked to a few different people, like mentors and stuff like that, and you know, we've sort of kept hearing the same thing, which was like very similar to what you said. It's like, get these like processes in place that you do, like, so you can do the same thing
Exactly. Yeah.
time after time.
It's like Rex said, he was like, be ready to sell at any time.
Exactly, yeah. Because like, if an investor approaches you and it's like, how much do you want for your business? Like, what do you have to go off? I got this equipment, I got X amount of members. Yeah, but what happens if I come into this business and they all go?
Everyone
away?
leaves.
There's no
it's
like, you know, there's no body behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is, but like, you need body, you need IP.
You need to be able to
essentially.
measure everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this many leads in the pipeline. It's
Yeah.
like, this is happening over here. Yeah, it's like these things are like organized and being tracked and being measured.
Yeah.
We're definitely stepping in that direction, which
Yeah.
is really good. It gives you so much clarity as well. Like, you just
it
have all
does,
these
yeah.
things like jumbled up, and you know what you do, but it's sort of like really clunky,
Yeah.
I guess. Like,
It
it may not
just-
feel like that, but then when you put it down, there's all these things that you just do anyway. Like, and then I don't know, you can notice what you can improve on once you actually write down exactly what it is you're doing.
Yeah, once you try to do the same thing twice in a row, then you start noticing like what you can make better. But if you just do something completely different each time, it's like there's nothing to be compared there.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing to like? Because I know you said that you've been working on it. What do you like? What does that mean? Like, how are you implementing that?
Basically, we just got like a sort of like business management software. Like, it's called ClickUp to be like exact, but pretty much just putting all our ideas into it and then prioritizing those ideas, and then creating like, you know, steps to complete those things. Basically managing like leads and follow-ups, putting like like appointment bookings on the website so you can book a specific time to come in for your free trial. You get a reminder sent to you before it. A lot of things like that. Get a reminder sent to you after you've been in for your booking to like review us to, and then I'm working on sort of like email marketing as well. So we're going to be sending out, like, we're going to be trying to send out obviously like really high value, like information to people.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to sort of keep
you guys top of mind.
Yeah, exactly. Keep us in mind and like show that we can provide a lot of value.
For sure.
Even if you're not actually in here, we're still trying to give everyone value.
Yeah. 100%. No, that's good.
Yeah, that's just basically that. Essentially, a lot of little things like that is what we're trying to do. It just takes so much time. Like,
it does.
We're definitely working on it.
You don't know.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Like learning and then implementing and then like analyzing to see if it actually works. So it's like such a lengthy process.
Yeah, and
so much learning.
And it's not just like, okay, most of it works. We'll just change this little bit. It's like everything doesn't work except for this. So we'll start with that and then work on the next little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
Yeah,
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Especially when you're passionate about it.
Yeah, and like, Aaron and I have been doing like long days, especially these last couple of weeks. Been doing some long days. It's just, and I don't mind doing it because I just really enjoy it. I'm just always trying to make it better. Which is
That's all you can do, dude. Always try to improve.
That'll never stop at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question. It's about us though, but like Ryan and I have spoken multiple times about like what the gym is and why it's important to us and like what it means. Do you say Strength Sanctuary means or is what is Strength Sanctuary?
It's fucking, it's a fucking cool place.
Cheers.
What is Strength Sanctuary to me, eh?
Or maybe just like, what is it?
What is it, or was it? What is it to me personally?
Oh, a bit more.
I
Because
do feel like that's like quite a different question. Like, what is it to the general public, and what is it to like me or my like close friends? So, which question was it?
You can answer whichever one you want. If you got an answer for one, just go.
Well, I got an answer for both. I'll start with the general public. I feel like to the general public, it's like this, like trendy gym with like lots of plants, and it's like really cool. People come here, take some cool photos because it's like hip. It's not necessarily hip, but you know, it's attractive and inspiring because it's got artwork around, it's got like really good equipment, etc., etc. I don't necessarily think like every person here is training here because they want like to improve their overall self. I don't think everyone in here is like that.
Yeah, no,
which is totally fine.
Definitely not.
It was 100% fine, but I think. Yeah, I think honestly, it's to a lot of people, it's just like cool place to come, and it's like it's a good place. It's relaxed. It's relaxed. It's chilled. It's like a place where it's not always like crazily busy, and they can just come here and like feel comfortable. But I think to a lot of other people, it's like a place where it's like honestly it sounds like cringe, but it's like a second home to a lot of people. I feel. They like come here, they feel like totally at ease, and it's just like they can come here and do whatever the fuck they need to do and just like switch off almost. I don't know, something about it's just like it just allows you to enter a different zone sometimes. And I've had this chat with like a few of my mates and they all sort of say the similar thing. It's like, I don't know, it doesn't have that like high impact tension as a lot of other commercial places have. Yet still like enabling you to work hard. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's definitely sort of like what you make of it.
Yeah.
It's like if you want it to just be a place where you rock up, train, go home,
Yeah.
and like not talk to anyone, like that's what it's going to be.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
if you're like sort of open to having a chat to
Sanctuary.
people here and there, like that's what it's going to be. It's pretty much whatever you make of it, really.
Yeah.
So you reckon people can be themselves here? Would you say?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, 100%. I don't think that's like the reason they come here, but I think if they're here for any length of period, any length of time, they'll understand that it's not like not pretentious and not, I don't know, there's that vibe that a lot of gyms have, where it's like you come here and you're trying to look cool and, you know, you're coming here to just impress people, like lift more than the dude next to you. Like, don't get me wrong, there's like very strong people in this gym, but like they're doing it for different reasons a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's we feel like that's what we're trying to sort of get across, but it's very hard to sort of explain that over like some online marketing or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like we really try to get people in, and then even on your first visit, it's not obviously it's not 100% evident that that's the case. You sort of have to train here.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like
And it's very Insta-worthy, this gym. It's just like extremely Insta-worthy.
yeah, it's very Instagram. It's not like very egotistical. At the
Yeah,
same
exactly.
time,
It's
which
like
is
a
cool.
fine line between...
Like if I'm trying to like explain what this gym is, sort of like if I want someone to get the feel of it, like and they don't really know us, I feel like the best way to do that is go through the journal with them and like talk to them about the journal
Yeah.
and like why that was created. I've just noticed like I really have sort of that's been a problem to convey, but I feel like when I'm sitting down with someone, even if they're new, and I'm like showing them the journal, I'm talking about it, then like that is what the gym is.
Yeah, exactly. And just having the chat, even if they're like you don't give them one, they don't buy one, they don't want to buy one, even just having the chat, I feel like puts them in a different frame of mind.
Yeah.
Before anything else.
Yeah, I suppose it sort of explains what your point of view is like about what the gym should be.
Yeah.
Just by explaining the journal that we made, like because otherwise you're coming in to talk to a gym owner, like you probably assume that they just want to have cool equipment and heaps of people sign up to their gym.
Yeah.
It's like by explaining that you sort of tell them a bit about yourself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I think the journal, you're developing that for a while. I think you were sort of talking about putting it into an app at one stage.
That was probably me.
Maybe.
That was you?
I don't think Owen would talk about putting it into an app.
Yeah, probably would have been Ryan, or you might have mentioned that to me, and I might have been like, oh yeah, maybe, or like, I don't know. I wouldn't have brushed it off, but I always just see it as a physical thing primarily.
I was gonna say like, it's a good thing that you didn't. Like, doesn't mean you can't have an app still, but I feel like it's like a good thing to have something, in your hand, and like, I don't know, there's something about a book as well. It's just like.
It's just like a physical object.
Yeah, and you like take care of it. Exactly. That's the word I was looking for. Sentimental.
Yeah, I feel like we try to fit so much into that one.
Yeah.
It's like kind of needs to be broken up because there's not that much room for like the actual training stuff.
Yeah.
And there's also like not a heap of room for like the journaling. It's like it's just like a sort of
obviously they go hand in
compromise.
hand.
Yeah.
But it was the same thing as you were talking about before about separating spaces.
Yeah.
Like you don't train at fucking home. That's where you rest. You train at the gym.
Yeah.
Never understand people who train at home. Never understood it. Join my gym. But just having that journal of like, I'm opening this up to do this, to reflect on my habits, my beliefs, and my lifestyle, and my mindset, my purpose. And then this one's training. You know? Like I could think that could work. Definitely could be two eventually. Like you get a pack. But that wasn't the only thing we really spoke about today. Go on, dude.
No.
There's no rules.
Alright. How much do you bench?
Not right now, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
How much could I bench? I don't want to brag.
That was good. It's just a very interesting. It's fun. The whole business very interesting. It's like a very unique space.
What would you say it is to you personally? Because you've seen the whole journey. Like, you have a pretty good grasp of what it is.
I don't know. I think, like, for me, it's a lot more close to the heart.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because, I don't know, I saw it grow. Like, I was there basically, like, the first few months. Saw it grow. Saw how much of a struggle you went through. And then it, like, didn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, like, just constantly evolving. That's what I was like. I was like, this is cool. Because it's like, I don't know, a very hard thing to do, really. Like, build something from scratch.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was sort of plateauing, and then you come on board, and then...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't here from the beginning. I wouldn't want to build it from scratch.
Yeah.
No, it was pretty shit at times.
Yeah. And so if I guess for me, it's like, almost feel like I've been on the journey
Yeah,
to an extent.
Yeah, bro.
Because like, yeah, I've seen it happen, been there, enjoyed the whole way.
Yeah.
Just didn't have the stress of like owning it.
Yeah,
it's great.
You've always been there to like, I know, have a chat to, and I could get an unbiased opinion from you.
Yeah.
And I guess have an event when things weren't running as smoothly as they could have, sort of thing.
Yes.
You always, I don't know, just like an unbiased, logical mind.
Yeah.
That I could talk to and know that I wasn't going crazy.
Yeah.
Which was really helpful, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm definitely grateful for that. Got a lot of support from you.
No luckers.
Oh yeah, I feel like the member base has changed a lot because when you were starting out, it's like a lot of your mates and stuff when you're really young. And it's like a lot of people who are just starting uni or like doing like internships and like just starting their trades or like apprentices and stuff. No one's got any like money and of it now. It's like, because it's been like that period of time, like about almost 4 years, everyone who was in that situation is now like sort of grown up and, you know, moved into like full-time job or like qualified tradesmen as well. So it's like sort of as the member base like gets a little bit older, like not sort of 18, 19-year-olds. It's more like 20 to 30-year-olds. It's like, it sort of makes it feel like you need to be a bit more professional as well.
It's matured, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Like your member base is matured.
Oh, like, and the business
as
as well as a reflection of it. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's matured.
You're a business now. Like before, you were like a warehouse with some gym equipment that your mates came along to train in, and they paid you.
Yeah.
Now you're like a business that like has members.
Yeah, it was literally like at one stage 70 people from Padua, and we had 120 members at that point.
Yeah.
So it's more than half.
Yeah, it was
The old
more than
boys,
half. It was just mates from Padua.
Yeah.
So much of that was just me DMing people like, "Hey man, I opened a gym. You want to come down and check it out?" Literally.
That's how I joined.
Literally. Yeah. I did DM you. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I was always surprised. I was like, he works just there. Like, he looks like he trains.
I had a gym at home. I didn't want to gym.
Gay. No, it's pretty cool. You have a gym at home.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It's cool to see like shit like this evolve. And like, I mean, it's like even better because you know like the reasoning behind.
Every little thing just like motivates you more. Like you get a new piece of equipment, it's like you walk in the next day and you're like, oh, that's sick. Like this place is looking good now. So
I'm so glad it has evolved the way it has, because like if it was just like awesome from the get go, and it's nowhere near being awesome yet, but like you just wouldn't learn anything or have any, I guess, not really grit, but like, you know, you just like reasons to give up, and you continue to just keep going. Like,
I think if it's like really good from the start, there's no real reason to grow any further.
Yeah.
Like if you were sort of just like making a decent income off it, and like you had enough members to support you and like, you know, pay for your car and your groceries and stuff, it's like, I'm not gonna like fucking grind for 15 hours
Yeah.
today and like DM all these people because I don't have to. Like,
Yeah.
I'm okay where I am. It's
Yeah.
not like any
Definitely.
discomfort. Yeah.
So, were you going to say something?
Oh, just like having a test of your commitment to like have it be shit, and then, you know, like, what am I doing this for? Like, have those, like, all these reasons not to do it, but to keep going. And, you know, just having a test of commitment has been awesome. Like, how do you know how committed you are if you haven't had times where you've been like putting, you feel like everything you could at that time in, and it's just like stayed the same. And just like had things that didn't work, or, you know, if you didn't have anything to just test your commitment, I don't know, it just wouldn't be as worth it. Like, I've grown to like love and respect myself a lot more because I've like giving up was never like really an option, and it's given me a lot of confidence because just like the journey of it, where there have been so many reasons to just stop, and like, haven't paid myself for 3 years, why don't I just stop? To know that like I can just keep doing that because I'm committed, like,
Yeah.
that you can pretty much get through anything. Like, if you just keep trying, you'll eventually figure it out. Like, if you keep trying new things and keep doing things you hadn't done before to just see what works, and I think you're gonna, anything, as long as you don't give up, you'll figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
And if it was just awesome from the start, you wouldn't know that you have that mindset.
You don't know what you're capable of.
Yeah, you don't know what you're capable of. Like, you know, I feel like if you just decide like no is an answer, like not getting there is just not an answer, like it's gonna come eventually, then it's like super empowering. Like, nothing is going to stop you, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And if like you said, if it was easy from the start, you wouldn't know you had that in you, or maybe you just wouldn't even have developed that mindset. Maybe you'd have been like, oh, I'll just get there, and then eventually, if it doesn't work, I'll just like stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, no, I will find a way, no matter what it is. Like, we'll somehow get through it, you know?
Yeah, it's always much more rewarding growing a plant from a seed, you know, rather than buying the plant and
Yeah.
watching it grow a little bit.
Yeah. And it was
Like watching it sprout.
It was still only a little sprout when Ryan came on board, so.
Oh
No,
yeah, no, I
it was.
don't disagree with that. That's definitely true.
The roots were there, but you made it sprout.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, you know, Ryan took a 75% pay cut to come here, so, you know, that takes balls. So
That's rough.
Yeah, that was the downside.
Yeah.
Short downside, massive long upside.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's big risk but potential for big reward.
Yeah.
We're getting there,
Yeah. We believe in it.
working towards it.
And
That's
more
what you
fulfilling, would you
need.
say? Like, more fulfilling?
Yeah, I was like, I told Aaron I was sick of working at my other job.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't. I was working for my old man, which like I like doing, but just the actual job itself, I like definitely ready for a change. And then like I always wanted to pretty much sort of own my own business as well. So it was like, yeah, definitely something I wanted to do, much more fulfilling.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely been cool to see this become not just like a business to run as well. Like, it's probably just like a business to build, but I feel like it's become more than that for you as well.
Yeah. Well, I do really enjoy it as well. And I like the meaning behind it. I still like purposely try and make myself still see it a bit as a business.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Of
you're
course.
like, you need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have that enough for
Yeah.
periods of time, and you lose out on opportunities.
But that's like why I feel like you guys are like the perfect duo, because like you're probably more business orientated. You want to like I don't know you
Yeah.
well enough, but I
Yeah.
feel like you probably analyze a lot of shit more. You like do a lot of, as you said, like those businessy things, and you build like very like sustainable and like strong relationships, and you're like the face of the gym.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do that shit as well, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I see
Yeah,
it.
well, I learned how to do those. I've learned how to do those things a hell of a lot more
Yeah.
than Ryan.
Yeah.
Like, not than Ryan, from Ryan.
Yeah.
And just like, tapping into his way of thinking things.
Yeah.
Because I don't go to university or have any experience. I've just been learning those things, and neither has Ryan, but he had like managing experience running his dad's shop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why it works.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And then like we do slowly learn those things off each other as well.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's like
Ryan-
optimal. It's very good.
Yeah, like Ryan's come out of his, I wouldn't say shell, but it's a good way of putting it, but like he's come out of his shell massively since coming here. Like, I think it's a lot more natural for him. I think, like, it's not scripted, it's more genuine. Like when you're showing someone in the gym or doing those personal things.
Yeah, you have to enjoy it, otherwise, like, you just couldn't do it if you didn't enjoy that. Like, if you didn't enjoy like trying to have a conversation with someone, it's like this would just be like the worst job for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely like have learned to like enjoy that. And now it's like
I'm the same. I don't like talking to people at all.
yeah.
That's why you have to pay me $1,000 to come on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. But yeah, I know what you mean for sure.
Yeah, well, coming from my last job, it was a hire shop, so it's like people aren't there unless they absolutely have to be, and they don't want to be there. they want to get in and get out and not pay anything for it.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're not there to have like a conversation with them. That you're just there to like have a quick barter on the price, and then they get out of there. So yeah, definitely completely different environment, which I'm much happier in.
That's good. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's on the agenda for you? What's your goals?
In life,
Yeah. What's 5 years time?
5 years time. Oh, she
What excites you?
excites me. I want to be. It's a very hard question.
You still want to be working at the same job, moving up, or you want to go somewhere else? Move up?
I want to be. I don't know if I should say this, but just go a new job. I hope my boss isn't listening to this, but no.
We don't have that many subscribers.
32.
This one might go viral.
Yeah, sure.
I want to send it to him.
Nah, I want to be like working my job for a while. I just want to learn as much as I can. Like, I just want to learn every fucking bit of that business that I'm in, and then eventually like go out by myself and have an agency, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's a long-term goal.
Yeah, ambitious.
I think it's achievable.
Nice. Yeah.
Definitely.
If I stay on track. But yeah, and I want to move overseas somewhere.
So you would, like a remote agency or an agency just somewhere else?
What?
Just like fully online, or
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause like this day and age, you don't really need to like
yeah.
meet clients in person.
Yeah, well, even just in the last 3 months, like so many businesses just changed to like
Yeah,
partly or mostly online.
yeah.
Just proved that you can do it.
Exactly. And it's always good to meet people in person, but I mean, ideally, I'd live overseas somewhere, somewhere like tropical, for a bit at least, for a couple of years. Do that because I wanted to do that. I wanted to do like a working visa somewhere. Never did it.
Digital nomad.
Either
That's what they're called.
yeah, well, either like own my own agency or like just have my own like e-commerce business. That's why I get excited with this shop
Yeah.
because I see that and we're like, oh, if only.
Well, you can feel free to give us some tips if you. You can help out for free if you want.
I only just got my job and I know shit, so
What are you doing at the moment?
About yourself?
like digital marketing,
Oh, yeah,
digital
cool.
strategy. So. What about you guys? What are your 5 year goals?
Bigger gym.
Big as in like more equipment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Have every piece of equipment, like, obviously, just the best of every single brand, like, having, purpose-built equipment. Physically wise, like, I would love this to be, like, a whole, like, part of your lifestyle. Like, you do recovery sessions here, so saunas, ice baths, meditation, hold meditation a couple times a day. So people do that after their session to switch off into their parasympathetic or recovery nervous system.
Yeah.
Be like a sort of like holistic way of looking at training. You know, just creating a better you. Like, I want people to think of strength sanctuary and think of like a new way of looking at training, almost.
So like an end-to-end training facility.
Yeah.
Training and like wellness facility.
Yeah.
Almost.
Where it's like the training is one aspect that you're using as a tool. And yeah.
Do your goals line up with Oren's goals?
Yeah, I think like mostly they do. I think I don't know. We haven't really talked about it too much, but I find it hard to look that far ahead and like really have like a clear idea.
Same.
But I mean, I know I want to always improve it, and I'm like very confident that I will get results from doing that. Like to improve like the marketing, improve the actual gym itself. Like in 5 years, I'd like to have moved to a bigger space.
Yeah.
With like a custom built fit out, like purpose built
100%.
facility. Not just something that we can
That's
sort of
what
like fit into.
I was also going to ask before, like, do you guys... Like, yeah, I'll ask this first question and then there'll be a follow-up question.
Yeah, go on.
So, what would it take for, like, you both... Like, where would the gym need to be at for you to be, like, comfortable earning the amount that you need to earn? Like, what's, like, the definitive, I guess, line where you can say, all right, I'm, like...
Yeah.
I'm happy.
You're talking about like a number of members or like...
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Or whatever
like
that-
were we paying ourselves?
Yeah, so, yeah.
I think we're probably just gonna like keep putting that money back into the gym like for a fair while. I reckon we could both be quite happy on like 50 grand a year if we like are exponentially growing the gym. Like, you know, the more members we get, the more faster we can do things. Like, I think that excites us more than paying ourselves more. I think, once we get to a point where like, I'm not worried about money, I'm comfortable with this, I can live off this, I feel like we'll do that. Like, the gym will just keep getting better, like, really fast.
Yeah.
And then when we're like, fuck, this is the best possible we can be, we'll be like in a really good spot. Sort of thing. Like, I don't know, right now we want to pay ourselves more faster because, you know, just so that it's not something we have to worry about. But I don't know, I feel like we'll have patience with that. That I couldn't say when, because I feel like we'll just want to put more into the business to see it grow for quite a while. Like, that by the time we get to that point where we're like really happy, we'll be able to pay ourselves very well, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I would, preferably like as we grow, I'd like to take more out for myself just to like compensate like myself and you for like the actual work we're doing. Because I compare it to like what I was doing, and I'm working probably like, I don't know, 50% more hours for like 50% less.
Yeah.
So it's, I would definitely like to get to a point where I can comfortably take more out and still have like, you know, plenty left over to reinvest into the gym.
Yeah.
And like definitely I wouldn't want to take anything that would be like cause detriment to the growth of the gym, like 100%. Because you know, I understand that the gym still has a long way to go, and it needs definitely needs a lot funneled back into it to keep growing. And the more you put back into it, the more the more exponentially it is going to grow.
Yeah.
So I definitely I can see the value in putting as much as possible back in. But at the same time, I would also want to be comfortable myself with the amount of money that we're taking out. Because like at the moment we're doing it pretty tough. Not tough, but
I'd say we are.
Yeah.
What we're putting in.
Yeah, you could. That's probably true, actually.
So, like, what would like combat that like toughness? Like, what needs to happen for you to feel like you can spend 9 hours here, pay yourself 80 grand, and still be like growing exponentially? Like,
We probably need a couple hundred members, at least more.
Yeah, pretty much just more members. And I mean, we've started the classes now, which is like our higher value offering. So basically pretty much trying to add value to our product. So because we are very limited on space here, so we need to sort of offer as much value as possible for each person, so that we don't have to have like 10,000 people all paying like $1 a week. We have a lot less people paying a little bit more. And then at a certain point, we're going to reach the capacity of this place. And if we reach capacity of here and we're still not making enough money to be comfortable, like that's when we're going to have a problem. So like we need to make sure that we're sort of charging each person enough so that this business model works. Which that's why we're sort of looking at like mezzanine to add more floor space, or like trying to get as much equipment in here as possible.
We're trying to maximise the amount of space we have right now. Space is not an issue at all, but for us to be the best gym possible, like want to be the best in Brisbane.
But I almost feel like, sorry, go on.
Well, then we will. But we need to, optimise every little bit of space. But the amount of members we have now, we're more than equipped. What were you just going to say?
I was going to say, I almost feel like as you said, space isn't really, I don't know, for me, I feel like space isn't the issue for growth. I feel like you just need to focus energy on like building branches of the business that's going to make you different.
Yeah, multiple income streams. Yeah, well, that's true, because if you do have the clothing, then that's an income stream that doesn't rely on the space that you have. Well, I mean, just store a couple of boxes, but that's about it.
Because at the end of the day, as you said, like space eventually will run out.
Yeah, there's only so much money that can be made from members in the gym.
Exactly. And so if you want to have like a smart business, it's like find out ways to do things apart from bringing members in. I don't know.
That definitely, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's the way we'll be at a point for sure. And we could definitely build those streams faster, put more focus on them. But our focus has been on the primary one, making that work.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I can see the journals being a good revenue stream, because anyone who trains would benefit from that. There's a lot of people just do random shit in the gym.
I feel like we need to sort of fix our business model. Like we're actively working on it, but I mean, currently right now, like it doesn't work. Like the gym doesn't make enough money to pay staff, so that's why we do all the extra hours for like less than a legal rate, basically. So it's like we sort of need to fix that, I think, to grow.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like a bigger space is not going to fix that.
Exactly.
It's just going to make it a bigger version of the same problem.
And then once you get to, once you bring in those members to fill the space, it's like, then it stops you, and then you have to...
Then we need a staff member to cover the extra hours as well. Yeah, definitely we do need to look at those like alternate income streams, I think, to make it more viable.
And like
business.
You can still provide as much value in there. I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting.
And we could do it. Like it wouldn't be a ridiculous amount more of work to do it.
Yeah, I think
release a few products and we'd have a...
Yeah, and not even necessarily like talking about like your clothes. Like that was just an example. Something that I like see firsthand. I'm like, I've had like experience with that, so it's like top of my mind. There's so many other things that you could probably be doing that like you guys would have a better idea of. But
you can make high-end water bottles.
Dude,
I
genuinely, I need a new flask thing. What do they call it?
Hydro flask.
Hydro flask, I need one of them. String Sanctuary Hydro Flask.
I feel like we could really go in like a sustainable sort of ecological direction if we wanted to as well. As we learn more, like mentoring could be a thing that the gym does as well. I feel like it could be anything.
Yeah, I feel like at the moment it's more a matter of investing our time rather than our money, because we have these different projects that we're working on, but they each just need a big chunk of time.
Yeah, so I understand that for sure. So why have you ever thought about like outsourcing that? So just using money instead of time?
Basically the problem is like we can't afford it.
We don't even pay ourselves.
Like we don't have the money to do that. It's
cheaper for us to do it and pay ourselves what we're paying ourselves.
I definitely have thought about that a lot though, and I 100% would if I could. I do outsource small things, like we use Fiverr and stuff like that. And we use members and things here for help with like our marketing, and like Oren exchanges some sessions for like some advice from people.
Yeah.
We do a lot of like basically like try and swap
Trades.
services.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Like you got that free drink for jumping in on the podcast last minute.
exactly. Service swap.
It's a good business thing, bro.
It's empty, so does that mean I gotta leave?
Your time is up.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's basically why we pretty much use our own time, because we do have that.
Yeah.
And then eventually, once we are able to swap time for money, we will do that.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so time is a very limited resource for us at the moment, because we do like almost everything ourselves.
It's the only resource that truly runs out.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah, and some days it runs out so fast.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy.
you get here in the morning, and before you know it, it's
Dude,
5 o'clock at night.
It's already halfway through the year. More than
Yeah.
halfway.
Yeah,
COVID was like over a year ago.
yeah, it moves fast. And I mean, if we look back, we have grown a lot, which is
100%.
really good to look at. But it's just the amount of things we want to do and the time we have like don't align. So
Yeah.
it is hard to know. We talk about that a lot as well between ourselves. Like, what should we be sort of focusing on at the moment? Because we know that we can't get everything done that we want to get done this month. So it's like, what can get done this month that makes the biggest difference?
Yeah.
So that we can get more like on that path to, more income, and then use that money to basically buy ourselves some of other people's time to help us improve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a constant battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very hard to switch off.
Yeah. You know what you need? You need an Acumat. You got one. Yeah.
They're good.
Dude, they're so good.
No,
the spiky
you
things.
reminded me though.
Yeah.
It's only take it out of my car.
Yeah, I brought mine out for the first time last night because I had a shit day. I got on that thing, it hurt so much for the first 5 minutes. And then after that, it's like,
So good.
sleepy time.
You ever fall asleep on it?
Dude, yeah,
Yeah.
I do I used to all the time.
Yeah.
It's crazy though, because it's like, it hurts so much at the start. And then like, all
Sort
of
of
a
go
sudden,
numb
it's
after a
like-
while.
Like 2 minutes.
It goes
later.
like warm.
Yeah.
It's like, for me, it's like 5 minutes later. It's
like
you
warm
go
and tingly.
warm. And you just like, zone out.
Maybe you should bring in here for naps, just for a little
Naps.
recharge.
Yeah.
20-minute each recharge in the middle of the day, just lie on the mat.
Yeah.
Actually, right. We're going for the gym. Right.
No, let's not do that.
Add that to the top of the agenda.
Yeah. That thing would get so dirty as well. I imagine how many sweaty backs would be.
No, just for us.
Oh, true.
Not
Like an
on the gym.
Acumat station.
Not on the gym floor. No way.
Yuck. But, yeah.
Alright, well, I think you might have to wrap it up about there.
Wrap it up.
Thank you very much for
Yeah.
coming on the podcast.
No
Yes, thank
worries.
You can finish your training session now.
Yeah, when we go do some, do some training, do some fucking finish my back.
That was so last minute.